Yeah. And also in Larache, it's a seaside town. So when we are holding weddings, we have different traditions, especially of brushing the fish. The woman has to brush a fish in front of a man when he's leaving the house for the first day. And this was a Jewish culture, and now we do it in Morocco. And also there are specific meals that we prepare that are Jewish, but we have them. And this is funny because I think Saturday or Sunday, the day when Jews do not cook, do not use gas at all.
Yeah.
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
It's Friday evening to
Friday.
Saturday evening, yeah.
So at that day they go to Muslim families and they give them food.
Oh, okay.
For us.
That's so funny. That's called like a Shabbat goy. So where Jews observing Shabbat, they ask someone else who's not Jewish to do something for them, so that's really nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was very natural for Muslims to go for a Jewish celebration, as my father told me, and the vice versa.
Yeah.
And also if you have a Jewish friend who's sick, you go and visit him in the house. If someone dies from a Jewish community, you go with them to the cemetery and vice versa. Because you are allowed to enter the cemetery if you are from a different religion.
Yeah.
And I think we had an absolutely amazing experience.
Yeah.
I wish that they could stay to have more friends.
Yeah, well it sounds like, they're returning, not to live, but at least, to
they come,
have contact with the old friends. And have you heard of Mimona? Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's
Mamonia.
Yeah.
Yes. The festival.
Like at the end of Pesach or Passover, where Jews and Muslims eat together to celebrate the end of that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because you're not allowed lots of food during Jewish Passover.
I think I know it.
And it was a tradition for Jews and Muslims to eat together on the day after Passover to celebrate re-eating all the foods that they weren't allowed. So it's a tradition, I think, for Muslims to bring.
So it's like they eat for us after Ramadan.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
But it's North African. I think in some places in Casablanca. There's organizations which try and make Jewish tourists or Moroccan.
There is a big Jewish museum and synagogue in Casablanca, and I've been to many in Syria and Marrakesh.
Are they good?
Very good.
Yeah.
Especially the one in Marrakesh. I've been there inside, and it's such a beautiful place.
Yeah.
There is something that I don't want to forget about. Before Islam came to Morocco, there was a rich culture of Amazighian Jewish people. And this is seen nowadays in the clothes and the jewelries of the Amazighian community, and also their rituals and their songs, because the Amazighians were those people who never say no to religion. So when there is a new religion, they say, okay, let's adopt this religion. Then comes Christianity, let's take Christianity. Islam, let's take Islam. But each part of this religion stays within their culture. And now we have it. And if you look deep into couscous is a Jewish Amazighian culture. They exist in the north of Africa, not just in Morocco, but also North African countries. And songs, we are now investing more in songs, and we have been exploring different house songs for females, and now we try to put them out, make music videos and share them online. And I think I have a small recording of because I have a friend, she's 18 years old, but she's so obsessed about the Jewish songs. She's a Muslim, but she's always training and telling me, Abdul, listen to this. And this is a song that is called Ahya Lulu.
شفته
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Is that her singing?
I don't know the original song.
Yeah.
That's what now I started to hear a lot of Jewish songs. They are played live in Israel, and they have a lot of Moroccan songs.
Yeah.
I
In
mean,
Israel.
yeah, in Israel.
Wow.
There is a small pub.
In
I've seen many
Darija, you
videos.
mean?
In Darija, yes.
Oh.
They sing in Darija with a very
So the ones that
beautiful
left.
traditional instrument,
Wow.
and they can never stop singing in Darija because they like it, because that was
Yeah.
part of their identity when they were in Morocco,
Yeah.
and they are still doing it in
Yeah.
Israel.
And there's a language called Hakatiya.
Hakitiya, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is like a mixture of Spanish and Hebrew with
Yeah.
with also
Yeah.
Darija
Yeah.
within it. So it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's
When I was hearing it, I was like, wow, I love this.
yeah.
Because even if when you are traveling around Morocco, especially if you go to Souera and you share the road with tourists, you will see a lot of Jewish Moroccans,
Yeah.
and they speak this language, and
Wow.
it's so nice to hear it and
Yeah.
to say, oh wow, this is so nice. I've never heard the Moroccan Darija like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this year we are planning to do more Jewish performances.
Wow. Okay.
So we are trying to get a Jewish group to perform, especially singing Darija.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are they slightly older, the group? So the Jews that speak Darija? There's
Yes, most of them, but they bring their children.
Oh.
They tell them, oh, this is where I was born, this is my neighborhood, this is where I grew
So they
up,
pass it
this is
on.
my neighborhood.
yeah.
So, and every year they come. In my neighborhood, we see them a lot during summer because they come to visit their parents in the cemetery, and they also take care of it.
Oh yeah.
They clean it every year. They hire people to clean it, to paint it, and we see them the whole year.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they come to take care of it.
Oh.
And we have 4 Jewish cemeteries in Larache,
Wow.
which was known as like. As I told you before, there was a mixture between the communities, and there was no difference between them. And they all share the city that is called Larache.
Yeah.
It was part of their identity, and they all looked at it as their home.
Yeah.
There was a huge trade exchange between the 3 religions, and there was a very good business between them.
Mhm.
It was based on respect and honesty and coexistence, and they all love to work with each other. And that's what created this strong community ties. And this was through a long history. And it was so sad when they just left all they had in Morocco and they went to Israel.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
Yeah.
Not for them only, but also for the Moroccans who lived with them.
Yeah. Lots of friends
It's like
are
you have
broken
a part
up.
of your family that
Separation.
is gone.
Yeah. Are there any sayings in Morocco about the Jews? I've heard one saying, I don't know what it is in Darija, which is like a market without Jews is like bread without salt, or something
What?
like that. Yeah.
Market without Jews is like bread without salt.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
And also we have a lot of good jokes about Jews. Is that they say a Jew will never give money to his son, but he can give it to other people to show him that if you want money, you have to make it your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also we say that you have to be a businessman like a Jew, because they are very good in business.
Yeah.
So you have to be very strict in business.
Yeah.
And my grandmom, she lived a lot with them. She passed away, but she always told me that she wished if she's still living in that period where there were Christians and Jews living in Larache,
Really?
and she misses that period.
Yeah.
She told me that many times.
Yeah.
And once a day she told me this is the real colonization. What we had before was the total diversity that we belong to.
Yeah.
I think we miss it. The
Yeah.
ones that have not lived it, and we hear it from our grandparents or our families, we wish that was some cities still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very different.
Yeah.
And what the relationship between the Jewish community of Morocco and the monarchy, the king, been like historically?
Such a nice relationship actually, because now Morocco is promoting cultural diversity and religious tolerance in many different occasions. And it has been part of the monarchy's vision for a longer period of time, almost 20 years now. So there is a big festival taking place in Souera every year, and the governor of Souera is a Jewish, and he's the consultant of the king.
Oh,
So
yes.
you cannot be that very close to the king if you are not that important person.
Yeah.
And his name is Azolai.
Yeah.
You can look for that. And he's the consultant of the king, and the king listened to him. And we have a lot of Jewish centers, especially in bigger cities,
Yeah.
where they hold a lot of activities to promote this kind of diversity. Still, this has nothing to do with political agendas or
Yeah.
political perspective of it, because